Hi, I'm Adam Brooks. This is my pond. I live in Catterall near Preston.
Right. So, how did you get into koi keeping?
I bought a house that already had a pond. It was empty, had no filtration, and I got a quote for somebody to come and put some filters on, and I got a quote for a landscaper to come and fill the pond in. The quote to buy the filters was cheaper than the quote to fill the pond in. So I went with the filtration system.
And that's how you descended into madness.
Yes.
Fantastic. So obviously, like I said, we've sat with your pond behind you.
Yes.
Could you just give us some dimensions and the gallonage, if you know?
Gallonage is approximately 4,500.
Did you build this pond yourself, or did you have someone in?
No, it was several people helped build this pond. A lot of the work was done by a friend of mine called John Hulton, who actually rebuilt my previous pond also.
What is it built with? Is it block built?
It's concrete base, block built, insulated, fiberglass.
You can see that it's in this greenhouse.
Yes.
What was the thinking behind having it in here?
Well, I bought this property about 2.5 years ago now, and obviously when we viewed it, there's quite a large greenhouse here.
Is that because did you want it indoors opposed to outdoors because of the last pond?
My last pond was a lot bigger than this. It was about 8,500 gallons outdoor, but I really always wanted an indoor pond just so you could enjoy it.
During the cold months?
Absolutely, yeah, and it's easier to heat. You're not fighting debris, leaves, things of that nature.
So having experienced obviously both sides, if you were to ever do it again, would you go inside again?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. It's the right
for me, yes. Yeah. Well, and a good friend of mine, Tony McCann, he had an indoor pond as well, and I was always very envious of that pond. So I was determined one day to have an indoor pond.
So did you have a plan for the build? And did anything change as you went along, or did it pretty much stick to the plan?
There was an idea, yeah. Obviously, we wanted to try and obtain as many gallons as possible in the space that we had, and I think we've pretty much achieved that.
So did anything go wrong, or was there any unforeseen issues, or did it run to plan?
Good question, I'm not sure. I, having not really done much of the work myself,
You left it all to John to deal with.
Yeah.
The only thing is, I obviously helped.
Yes, you did.
The initial dig out of this and discovering the bones, which belonged to, I think, a horse or a cow.
Yeah.
It was alarming for the first time.
Yeah, I've forgotten about that. Yeah.
So, do you know how long it took from start to finish?
Took about 2 years. I was still living at the old house. We're renovating this house here as well, so the priority was more on the property as opposed to the pond. But then the old house. You got it pretty quickly. Yeah. It wasn't 2 years continuous. It was very sporadic.
Yeah. So, can you quickly run me through your filter system from here?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. It's 2 bottom drains into 2 separate filtration systems, running 2 drums. It's got inline electric heater and an air source heat pump, so there's 2 separate sources of heat. There's a moving bed, and everything's returned over 3 showers back into the pond.
Fantastic. So you've got one bottom drain going to one drum and the other bottom drain going to another drum?
Yeah.
Is that just in case one of the systems fails?
Fail safe, yeah.
You've still got one.
Yeah, well, as you've seen this morning when you came here, I'd been flushing the bottom drains yesterday and forgot to switch one of the drums back on. So, but equally,
Well, it worked, didn't it?
Yeah.
It's done what it was meant to.
Drums are mechanical. Yeah, you have pump failures or... there's all...
Absolutely, definitely. I think the thinking behind that is, if you've got the facilities to do it, is absolutely the way to do it, because if something does go wrong like that...
Definitely.
Can you just talk us through the filter system?
Absolutely. 2 bottom drains, 4-inch, into 1 drum. This then, one goes back over the shower, one goes through the heat pump and over the shower. Second filtration system, drum, moving bed, returned through the electro over the shower. Air pump for the bottom drains. This is the air pump for the moving bed. That's a spare air pump, just in case. We have the Super UV, which monitors the hours consumed. That's inside the drum. Second one, which I'm going to install into this drum in the next week or so.
And then I can see you dechlorinating as well.
Dechlorinator unit there, yes. Both drum systems have their own water feed. That's a great tip. If first drum I ever used, I originally used the pond water to clean the pump. But this is great, but over a period of time you get like a film build up on the drum, and before you know it, it will go into a constant cycle.
End up draining out the pond.
Yeah.
Lovely, fantastic.
Yeah.
Very
So
tidy.
that's great. And then variable speed pumps, 3 off. And that's it.
Perfect. So now that it's built, obviously I know it's a fairly new pond. but
Yes.
Is there anything that you'd change now if you had the opportunity to do so? Or are you more than happy with it?
At the moment, very happy. The only thing that I'm looking at possibly upgrading is the UV.
Yeah.
At the moment we have one 40 watt UV in submersible in one drum.
Is that an amalgam?
An amalgam,
Yeah.
sorry, yes. And I've just recently purchased a second one to put in the second drum.
So this is always a killer question, but do you know how much it costs to build the pond?
Not a clue.
No.
It's a bit difficult because,
I suppose you've used bits from your old pond as well.
yes,
Yeah.
like the air pumps are off my old pond, the drums off my old pond, the showers are new, the moving bed's new, some of the pumps are new. So yeah, it's not.
It's not like laying out
No.
for a full new pond.
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah. No, I can appreciate that. So do you know how many koi you have in the pond and what the size range is?
Size range, the biggest fish in there is a Sankey that's about 92, 93 cm, all the way down to probably something that's,
The little Shiro, is
Sh-
it?
yeah,
It's
which
probably
is-
the smallest.
yeah, which I don't know, I'd guess them at 35 to 40 maybe.
Obviously, you're a bit of a frequent visitor to Japan. You buy all your own fish and everything, don't
Yes.
you? Any plans to go out there? I know we're obviously in the middle of coronavirus, but
Yeah. I was hopeful to go October last year.
yeah.
Obviously that trip's not happened. Normally go to the All Japan. Of course, that's been cancelled now. So yeah,
You plan to go, but just
definitely.
when we can.
Oh, yeah, as
soon as you can.
yeah. As soon as I can fit it into the schedule. Yeah,
Is there a piece of equipment on the pond that you couldn't live without?
drum.
Drum. Why is that?
It just takes all the effort out of yeah.
It made it easier.
The automation of a drum on a pond is fantastic. Something that I've added to this pond, which is great, is a camera, so I can actually check on the pond on a mobile device.
Yeah.
So yeah, whether you're in the house or you're at work, or you can quickly just check on the
Yeah,
fish.
it's a really good idea,
Yeah.
just in case. 'Cause
Oh.
with the camera as well, you can see if there's a drum not working or something's not running because of the showers as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. What do you feed?
At the moment, just wheat germ.
Yep.
Some wheat germ from the shop,
Yep.
springbank koi. In the past, I think the best food is sake curry,
Yeah.
but I haven't actually used that recently. I've just been using.
So will you change to something a bit heavier in the summer? Or you just
I don't know.
You're going to carry on with the wheat germ?
I think so. Yeah, I've used not this. In the past, I've used some higher protein foods, but I don't think it's great for the skin quality. I think
Yeah.
it can have an adverse effect on the. Obviously, it's great for growth, but I don't think it's great for skin quality.
So you're quite happy with wheat germ and probably
At the moment, yeah.
maybe going to carry it on through the summer?
I think I'm going to. Yeah, I might introduce a little something extra, but I'm going to.
Yeah. No, I definitely. I'm a big advocate of feeding wheat germ anyways.
Yeah,
I do
yeah.
like it. I think it works.
Yeah.
So you're heated, and if you
Yes.
are, what method are you using? I think you mentioned it quickly.
Air source heat pump.
You mentioned you've got an inline.
And
as
I've got an
well,
Electro inline.
Just in case anything happened.
Just as a backup, if the heat pump fails, then I just switch the Electro on, just as a fail-safe.
What's the best piece of advice you could give to someone just starting out in the hobby?
Ooh, KH, monitor your KH. Certainly around here we have soft water and we have to buffer up. Early in the hobby I struggled and I thought I was having parasites, I thought there was issues, and it transpired that it was my KH.
Yeah. So by KH, test kit.
Yeah, absolutely, monitor your KH.
Good piece of advice there. Have we got any more plans for the pond, or is that done now?
Letting the pond mature, and then I'll probably have a bit of a change round. I've got quite a few fish in Japan.
Yeah.
When I find out when they're coming home, I'll get... So basically to increase the quality of the fish in the pond.
Yeah, that's the next step.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got some whoppers in Japan, haven't you? So
Yes, yeah. So yeah,
getting them home at some
it's
point.
really getting the quality right that I want to enjoy in my pond at home, yeah.
Yes, that's pretty much it,
Is
mate.
it?
So thank you very much for your time.
No, thank you.
Look around.
Cheers. Thank you.